We often hear the saying, when you grow old, you should live near your children so they can take care of you. This seems to be a natural belief in many traditional cultures. As people enter their later years, they long to have their children and grandchildren around, to talk to care for them, and to provide support. But does this truly bring happiness? In reality, many elderly parents choose to live close to their children, hoping for warmth and companionship. However, over time, some find themselves feeling lonelier than ever. They become frustrated due to a lack of understanding between generations, disappointed when their children are too busy, and sometimes they feel powerless as they witness family conflicts they cannot resolve. Some had once yearned to be near their children and grandchildren, only to later realize that they had become merely an obligation in their children's busy lives. Others feel like a burden, living in quiet discomfort and sadness. In some cases, conflicts arise, leaving them regretting their decision. So, why might living near one's children in old age not always be the best choice? Has the belief that being close to your children ensures care and happiness become outdated in today's modern world? More importantly, how can the elderly lead a truly meaningful, peaceful, and fulfilling life? Let's dive deeper into this discussion and find the answers together. False expectations about living near your children. Many elderly parents believe, I took care of my children when they were young, so when I grow old, they will have time to take care of me in the same way. This expectation is natural because, in a parent's mind, family love is sacred and lasts a lifetime. However, in today's modern world, reality does not always align with this belief. 1. Your children cannot always be there as you expect. In today's fast-paced society, adult children are caught up in the demands of their careers, personal responsibilities, and social relationships. Financial pressures, job commitments, and raising their own families consume much of their time. No matter how much they love their parents, they simply cannot always be present to talk, care for them, or listen as much as their parents might hope. Many elderly parents feel disappointed when their calls go unanswered, text messages take hours or days to get a reply, or planned visits are postponed due to work commitments. Over time, these small disappointments accumulate, leaving them feeling neglected and unimportant in their children's lives. 2. Generational differences create emotional distance. Beyond just time constraints, there is often a growing gap in mindset and lifestyle between generations. Parents expect their children to spend more time with them, while children believe that providing financial support and ensuring their parents' comfort is a sufficient expression of filial piety. Furthermore, lifestyle differences can make elderly parents feel out of place, even when living near their children. Older individuals may prefer peace and quiet, while younger family members are often busy, absorbed in technology, and focused on their own schedules. The stories that parents want to share might no longer interest their children. The advice they give is sometimes dismissed as outdated. The more parents try to impose their expectations, the more helpless and disconnected they feel. 3. The more you expect, the more disappointed you become. One of the biggest mistakes elderly parents make is placing too much expectation on their children. Many believe that as long as they live close to their children, they will never feel lonely, that their children will always be available to take them out, check in on them, and care for their daily needs. But when these expectations go unmet, disappointment and sadness set in. Not only does this lead to frustration for the parents, but it also places an emotional burden on the children. They love their parents, but have many other responsibilities to manage. When they feel they cannot meet their parents' expectations, they may experience guilt, stress, and even resentment. This can unintentionally create emotional distance and lead to unnecessary family conflicts. How to avoid these false expectations? Instead of relying on their children for happiness, elderly individuals should take an active role in creating their own fulfillment. Finding joy in hobbies, maintaining social connections, participating in community activities, and living for their own interests. These are the keys to a truly happy and fulfilling old age. Living near your children does not mean becoming completely dependent on them. If elderly parents can maintain financial, emotional, and physical independence, they will not feel disappointed when their children are unable to spend as much time with them. Instead, every moment spent with family will become more meaningful and enjoyable, rather than a source of constant waiting and frustration. It's time to adjust expectations, let go of unrealistic hopes, and embrace life on your own terms. Generational conflicts and differences in lifestyle. As parents grow older, one of their greatest desires is to stay close to their children and grandchildren, enjoying a warm, close-knit family life. However, reality often does not align with expectations. Living near their children can unintentionally lead to generational conflicts due to differences in thinking, perspectives, and daily habits. Small misunderstandings can gradually accumulate, causing emotional distance and tension within the family if not properly addressed. 1. Differences in lifestyle. Parents want closeness, but children prefer freedom. Parents, especially those accustomed to traditional family values, often emphasize togetherness and discipline. They appreciate routine family dinners, weekend gatherings, and regular face-to-face conversations as a way to maintain strong family bonds. However, younger generations, raised in a fast-paced and modern environment, often have different priorities. They are busy with careers, friendships, and personal interests, valuing independence more than adhering to traditional family expectations. Some prefer eating out rather than coming home for meals, while others choose to spend their weekends resting or engaging in their own activities instead of family gatherings. This can leave parents feeling neglected or unimportant in their children's lives. 2. Different perspectives on life. Parents worry, children feel annoyed. Aside from daily routines, differences in life perspectives often become a source of conflict between generations. Parents worry about the future, while children focus on the present. Elderly parents tend to give advice on financial management, raising children, and social relationships, out of concern for their children's well-being. However, younger generations often feel that these concerns are excessive or outdated, believing that their parents do not fully understand modern life challenges. When their advice is ignored, parents may feel unappreciated, while children feel overwhelmed by unnecessary worries. Parents value stability, while children embrace change. Older generations often believe in the importance of a stable job and long-term commitment, while younger individuals frequently switch careers, explore new opportunities, and take unconventional paths. This difference in mindset can lead to misunderstandings. Parents see their children as reckless, while children see their parents as overly cautious. Parents seek emotional closeness, while children need personal space. Elderly parents often desire frequent conversations and emotional bonding, while their children, after long workdays, may prefer solitude or time for personal relaxation. This can cause parents to feel distant or ignored, while children feel overwhelmed by expectations. 3. Small conflicts can lead to long-term tensions. These seemingly minor differences can gradually escalate into deeper tensions if not addressed properly. Parents may continuously criticize their children's lifestyle choices, making them feel judged and unappreciated. Children, unable to meet their parents' expectations, may feel guilty but also frustrated by the pressure. If neither side is willing to compromise, emotional distance increases, leading to less frequent conversations, strained family gatherings, and an overall sense of disconnection. Many elderly parents feel abandoned in their own homes, while their children feel constantly criticized and misunderstood. Over time, this emotional divide grows, making even simple family interactions feel forced and uncomfortable. 4. How to bridge generational gaps. To prevent unnecessary conflicts, both parents and children need to be more understanding and flexible in their interactions. Parents should accept differences instead of enforcing their ways. It is important to recognize that each generation has its own lifestyle. Instead of expecting children to live according to their standards, parents should adapt and respect their children's choices. Children should show more patience and care. A simple phone call, a shared meal, or a meaningful conversation can make a huge difference. Parents do not just need financial support, they need emotional connection as well. Finding a balanced approach is key. While it's not necessary to meet every day, maintaining regular and meaningful interactions can strengthen family bonds without creating pressure for either side. The inconveniences of relying too much on your children. As people grow older, one of the biggest mistakes they make is believing that they no longer need independence, that they can completely rely on their children for everything. While it is natural for parents to hope for their children's care and support, excessive dependence can lead to a loss of personal autonomy, emotional strain, and even unintentional burdens on the family. Many elderly parents unknowingly place themselves in a situation where they have little control over their own lives. Every decision, whether about travel, medical visits, finances, or even small daily choices like what to eat or what activities to do, becomes dependent on their children's availability and approval. This excessive reliance may not only make life more inconvenient for aging parents, but also create an emotional burden on their children, even if they never say it out loud. 1. Loss of personal autonomy. The silent struggle. One of the greatest dangers of overdependence is losing the ability to make decisions and control one's own life. When elderly parents rely entirely on their children, they slowly surrender their independence, often without realizing it. For example, going anywhere requires assistance. Elderly parents who do not make an effort to stay active and mobile may find themselves unable to go out without their children's help. Whether it's going to a friend's house, shopping for groceries, or even taking a walk, they must wait for someone to be free to accompany them. Over time, this restriction can lead to frustration, loneliness, and a sense of helplessness. Health decisions become someone else's choice. Relying too much on children for medical decisions means that parents may delay checkups or treatments simply because their children are too busy to take them. In some cases, important health concerns are neglected because parents feel guilty about asking for too much attention. Financial independence is lost. When elderly parents give up control over their finances and depend entirely on their children, they may feel reluctant to spend money on personal needs, fearing they are a burden. They may even hesitate to express their desires, leading to feelings of powerlessness and loss of dignity. Everyday choices become restricted. Even simple decisions, such as what to eat, where to go, or how to spend free time, can become difficult if parents are constantly waiting for their children's approval or assistance. They might want to go out but feel hesitant to ask. They might want to eat something specific, but settle for whatever is available. Over time, they lose the joy of making choices for themselves. 2. The emotional burden. When parents feel like a burden. Many elderly parents never hear their children complain about taking care of them. However, deep down, they may still sense an unspoken tension. They may notice the size of exhaustion, the rushed schedules, or the occasional moments of irritation. Even if their children love them deeply, constant dependency can lead to unintended stress in the relationship. Feeling like an inconvenience. When elderly parents see their children juggling work, family, and responsibilities, they may feel guilty for asking for help too often. They might begin to withdraw, suppressing their needs to avoid being a bother. However, this self-imposed silence can lead to sadness and isolation. Unintentional resentment. While children may never openly complain, having to constantly adjust their schedules to accommodate their parents can create subtle resentment over time. This can lead to emotional distancing, where children begin to interact with their parents out of duty rather than genuine desire. Loss of dignity. No parent wants to feel like a burden to their children. However, when they depend too much, they may feel as if they have lost their value in the family. Instead of being respected elders, they start seeing themselves as extra responsibilities that their children have to manage. This can severely impact their self-esteem and emotional well-being. 3. The best gift to children: staying independent. Instead of relying completely on their children, elderly parents should strive to maintain their independence for as long as possible. Doing so not only helps them live a more fulfilling life, but also strengthens their relationship with their children. Stay financially independent. Even if children are willing to provide financial support, parents should aim to maintain some level of financial security. Having control over their own expenses allows them to make decisions freely without feeling guilty or dependent. Prioritize mobility and health. Staying physically active is one of the best ways to maintain independence. Regular exercise, medical checkups, and a proactive approach to health can prevent unnecessary dependence on children. Build a social life outside the family. Elderly parents should cultivate friendships and engage in community activities instead of relying solely on their children for companionship. This reduces feelings of loneliness and prevents them from expecting too much emotional fulfillment from their children. Make personal decisions. Whether it's choosing what to eat, how to spend the day, or planning a short trip, parents should continue making their own choices. Even small decisions contribute to a sense of control over life. See children as loved ones, not caretakers. The relationship between parents and children should be based on love and respect, not obligation. Parents should aim to be sources of joy, wisdom, and warmth rather than additional responsibilities. Living near your children does not guarantee happiness. There is something worth pondering. Living near your children does not necessarily mean you will be happier. Many people assume that being physically close to their children in old age will automatically bring them comfort, security, and joy. However, the reality is more complex. True happiness in later years does not simply come from having family nearby. It comes from having a meaningful life, maintaining social connections, engaging in fulfilling activities, and, most importantly, preserving a sense of respect and independence. 1. The illusion of proximity. Why being close doesn't always mean connection. Many elderly parents move near their children with the hope of seeing them often, sharing meals, and being part of their daily lives. However, life in modern society is fast-paced, and children often have demanding careers, responsibilities, and their own families to take care of. Despite living nearby, parents may still find themselves spending most of their time alone. Physical presence does not equal emotional closeness. Just because children live in the same city, or even the same house, does not mean they have the time or emotional energy to constantly engage with their parents. Work commitments, parenting duties, and personal obligations can make it difficult for children to provide the level of attention parents might expect. Feeling like an outsider in their children's lives. Some elderly parents who live close to their children find that they do not naturally fit into their busy schedules. They might have imagined frequent visits and shared moments, only to realize that their children are too occupied with their own families. This can lead to disappointment and a feeling of being left out. Unfulfilled expectations lead to frustration. The more parents expect from their children, whether it's visits, phone calls, or emotional support, the greater the chances of disappointment. When reality does not match expectations, parents may feel neglected, unappreciated, or even resentful. 2. What really brings happiness in old age? Instead of clinging to the idea that living near their children will bring happiness, elderly individuals should focus on cultivating a life that brings them true fulfillment. Research and real-life experiences show that happiness in old age often comes from a strong social circle. Having a group of friends, neighbors, or fellow retirees to share time with can be more fulfilling than waiting for occasional visits from family. Friends provide companionship, emotional support, and shared interests that make daily life more enjoyable. Engaging in meaningful activities. Whether it's gardening, volunteering, painting, or learning something new, staying active in hobbies and passions provides a sense of purpose and joy. Many elderly people find happiness not in their proximity to family, but in their ability to continue contributing and growing. Living in a supportive community. More and more elderly individuals are choosing to live in retirement communities or areas where they can interact with people of similar ages and interests. These communities offer organized activities, social events, and a lifestyle that promotes independence while also providing support when needed. Maintaining independence. The ability to make one's own decisions about where to live, what to do, and how to spend time is a key factor in feeling respected and valued. When elderly parents rely too much on their children, they risk losing this independence, which can lead to frustration and loss of self-esteem. 3. Choosing the right living environment. Instead of automatically assuming that living near children is the best option, elderly parents should consider their own needs, preferences, and lifestyle when deciding where to live. Finding a place that matches their lifestyle. Some people thrive in quiet rural areas, while others prefer bustling cities. The ideal place to live in old age is one that provides comfort, access to necessary services, and opportunities for social engagement. Senior living communities, a growing choice. Many elderly individuals are finding happiness in well-designed retirement communities where they can form meaningful friendships, participate in activities, and enjoy a stress-free lifestyle without feeling like a burden to their children. These communities offer independence while also providing support when needed. The importance of accessibility and convenience. Instead of prioritizing proximity to their children, elderly parents should focus on choosing a location where they have access to healthcare, transportation, social activities, and services that enhance their quality of life. 4. Letting go of the fear of living apart from children. For some elderly parents, the idea of living away from their children may feel unsettling. However, those who take the step toward independence often find it liberating. Many elderly individuals who initially feared being alone later discover that they are happier when they have a life of their own, free from the pressure of expectations and unfulfilled hopes. Children will always care, even from a distance. Living separately does not mean losing connection. Many parents and children actually have a healthier and more positive relationship when they do not live too close to each other. Regular phone calls, planned visits, and quality time together can be more meaningful than daily interactions filled with frustration or guilt. Reducing emotional burdens on both sides. When parents are self-sufficient, children feel less pressured and more at ease. This leads to better interactions and deeper appreciation for the time spent together. Embracing personal freedom. Living independently allows elderly parents to shape their own routine, make decisions without waiting for approval, and enjoy their golden years on their own terms. Solutions. How to have a happy old age. Happiness in old age doesn't come naturally. It's the result of conscious decisions and a positive lifestyle. To truly enjoy your later years, you need to actively build a fulfilling life instead of depending on others. Here are some essential principles to help you achieve a truly content and meaningful old age. 1. Maintain independence as long as possible. Independence is the key to preserving self-respect and a sense of control over life. When you are not overly dependent on your children for finances or daily activities, you will feel freer and more comfortable. Financial independence. Having a well-planned financial strategy allows you to spend without relying on anyone. This not only gives you confidence but also reduces the burden on your children. Self-sufficiency in daily life. Staying active and maintaining good health enables you to take care of yourself without constantly seeking help. The more independent you are, the less you feel like a burden, and the more you can enjoy life on your own terms. Live with a sense of autonomy. Don't wait for your children to make decisions for you. Choose your own living arrangements, daily routines, and activities that suit your needs and desires. 2. Build your own life instead of waiting for your children's attention. Old age doesn't mean sitting around waiting for your children to care for you. Instead, this is the perfect time to create joy and meaning for yourself. Expand your social circle. Don't limit yourself to just family. Make new friends, join clubs, and engage with communities or social groups for seniors. A strong network of friendships brings happiness and emotional support. Participate in social activities. Volunteering, learning new skills, picking up a new language, or engaging in community events will keep your life vibrant and meaningful. When you are busy with fulfilling activities, feelings of loneliness and emptiness will fade away. Explore new hobbies. Have you always wanted to paint, play an instrument, write a book, or try a new sport? Now is the time. It's never too late to do what you love. Enjoy life your own way. Whether it's traveling, trying new experiences, or simply living peacefully in a place you love, do what makes you happy. Live for yourself, not just for your children. 3. Prepare well for financial security and good health. These two factors are crucial for maintaining freedom, reducing dependence, and ensuring peace of mind. Plan your finances early. Having stable savings, proper health insurance, and good investments will help you live comfortably without financial stress. Take care of your physical and mental health. Eat well and exercise regularly to maintain a healthy body. Schedule regular health checkups to prevent and manage illnesses. Keep a positive mindset and avoid unnecessary stress or worries. Don't rely completely on your children for health care. While your children may support you, you shouldn't place the entire responsibility of your well-being on them. Make use of health services, home care options, or senior support centers when necessary. 4. Stay connected with your children naturally, without forcing it. A healthy parent-child relationship should be based on mutual respect and voluntary affection, not control or expectations. Avoid complaining or guilt-tripping. Refrain from blaming your children for not spending enough time with you. Such complaints only create emotional distance. Instead, let them see your happiness, independence, and positivity. Let relationships develop naturally. Don't pressure your children into calling, visiting, or spending time with you on a fixed schedule. When they feel comfortable and not obligated, they will naturally want to connect with you more. Make conversations enjoyable, not a duty. When talking to your children, share interesting stories and positive moments rather than focusing only on illness or hardships. A pleasant conversation encourages them to reach out more often. Respect your children's private lives. Avoid interfering too much in their marriages, careers, or parenting styles. Let them make their own decisions and offer support only when asked. Quality time matters more than frequency. Instead of forcing frequent meetings, focus on meaningful moments when you truly enjoy each other's company. A warm family meal or a joyful outing is more valuable than forced interactions filled with tension. Being close to your children can be good, but it's not the most important factor for a happy old age. The most important thing is living a meaningful life, being independent, and maintaining a positive spirit. What do you think about this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please like and share to spread this message to more people.